someone you call a friend. What's pain? Pain is when you're fighting in your sleep and them dreams feel real. No more ice up in your cup, but you gotta keep it chill. Sometimes it's hard to handle what you feel. Keep it real, look. I ain't with the fake shit. Here's what you make it. Think it's cute. She been lying through a gap, I couldn't take it. I go mute before I get that girl a show. I Ricky Lake it. I know this changes, no more edible arrangements. Stick to the bando, only packs and engagements. And her friends, she turning into them. If I ever catch you later, see my beef, it ain't with him. Real nigga shit, bitches catching feelings, we just drilling shit. I switch my like a V, another dealership. Another day up in the bando, they say crime pays. You gotta triple rap that, or leave with an empty trade. On rainy days the best, when you ducking the fest. Watching you sticking to that person you call thorough or fed. Whenever times get sticky, up and leave you for dead. I'm really 10 toes down, I'm 10 steps ahead. I'm really 10 toes down, I'm 10 steps ahead. What you know about them nights? We can't get the call. Gotta pull up on some niggas. Tell my niggas try and stall. I carry pain, only a few can relate. It won't be all. And I'm sticking to the code, so I won't speak at all. And I don't care for your checkups, you already know I'm straight. Sometimes I ask why, but why not? I know it's fate. I'm a lesson and an answer. I'm the reason niggas hate. Whole family know I'm tapped and still serving through the gate. Just a hoe, I don't know. See, it really just depends. Cause I ain't your little pick me. Swear them hoes don't gotta pick me. She get messy, real sticky. And my bestie be a blicky. How dare you try to play me? Make them run like baby in a T. Gotta get it some way. No, I gotta make money some way. It's true going up when you heard crime pays. Now I'm posted on the block from right to the.
That was Coffee Kazo with What's Pain. Shout out to my dude Coffee on that one. Shout out to everybody that's on the MG Presents app. Super shout out to everybody overseas that's showing super love always. And shout out to everybody in the chat who's always here daily, weekly, for all the other shows as well. But we're going to keep the set going. We're going to keep the set going. We're going to go into this joint called Phone Time real quick. We got a few submissions. We got an awful, no, I don't say awful a lot, but we got a lot of submissions kind of early. Not too many questions this week. I guess everybody just going right with the flow. But if you're jumping on, feel free to submit a song of your choice, your song, a song you like. If you got a business or A&R question, you can ask that. You could also text the question if that's more convenient, or if you want to call in, ask your question, get a shout out. You got something promotion, you got an album out, you doing a show, whatever you got going on, feel free to call in, share that where people could get it, and we could go from there, y'all. So that was Coffee, What's Pain. We're gonna go to In the Mood next. This is C Titus, In the Mood. But again, if you got a song, an album, yo, what's going on? The book, Tim Dog, I see you. If you got something, let me stop that. If you got something you promoting, you got a song, an album, a show, anything that you want to broadcast at, feel free to call. You could even text it. I'll broadcast it. If you want to come on the show real quick to talk, feel free. But we're going to go into the mood. Yo, OG Mac, what's good? Yo, OG, I was on the phone. With an individual, right? This is going to be real quick before I go. I was on the phone with an individual, and they were like, yo, you know OG Mac? I'm like, yeah, I know OG Mac. And they were like, yeah, OG Mac told, and this is what they said. OG Mac told me, yo, Spud, MSJ, really good people. Don't mess that up. So salute to OG Mac for repping, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the whole Break Squad. All right, this is In the Mood. See Titus, y'all.
I love it when she get to the twerking, but hell nah, I ain't buying you a Birkin. I just beat down dust, close curtains. I ain't tricking on none, that's for certain. You the cheap type, need an ease life. I'ma pull it from the mud like a dirt bike. She get left and she stressed, better act right. Anything she won't do, I'm a Klondike. Start capping that, baby. That'll put me in the mood, baby. Open wide, make room, baby. Just give me that, baby. Start clapping that, baby. That'll put me in the mood, baby. Open wide, make room, baby. Just give me that, baby.
It's hella bitches in the back. Keep the pistol on me while I'm sliding on my lap. Pimp walk, Yeah, homie, just like the Max. Yeah, I'm from Oakland, California, but I'm in LA. What's that? Make sure you get into it. Be about your issue, about your chips, bitcoins, yeah, them dollar signs. Everywhere we go, yeah, we always keep it lit. What you ain't know, you ain't heard it, I'm the guy. I do this by the flick of the wrist. I'm hella extra, putting the 10 on the 2. Talking my shit, you ain't fucking with us. From the Bay to LA, yeah, baby, this the Golden State. I know you heard about us, this the West Coast. I said all these niggas and all these hoes, and here's somebody here gon' fuck. Send the bottles to the section, cause girls, they just wanna have fun. So tell the bouncer he can send them to us. And please send them by the 2-piece, Look, I want the brown or the cinnamon skin complexion, the red bone or the chocolate, you know that's perfection. White girls can come too, we tryna have some fun with them. Big step or risk taking, you know I'm on next. And yeah, I got it right now, I ain't on next. Even though you fine as hell, you still ain't finna get a Birkin. Hands on your knees, girl, I just wanna see you clap.
Start clapping that, baby. That'll put me in the mood, baby. Open wide, make room, baby. Just give me that, baby. Start clapping that, baby. That'll put me in the mood, baby. Open wide, make room, baby. Just give me that, baby. She going in non-stop, yeah, whopping on the floor. And I love the way she drop it on the pole. Yeah, go in for me, baby. Love it when you scream my name, baby. It's a lot of thick bad bitches in the party. Shots of tequila got these hoes getting naughty. Oh, she a winner. Put her on the plate, eat it up like a dinner. I need me a babe, I need me a boo. Gotta shoot the low, tell me when to slide through. Let me beat it down non-stop, she the truth. Slap my top while we slide in the coupe, yeah. In the meantime, in between time, she gon' shoot it to me like she on the main line. In the meantime, in between time, she gon' shoot it to me like she on the main line. I love it when she get to the twerking, but hell nah, I ain't buying you a Birkin. I just beat down dust, closed curtains. I ain't tricking on none, that's for certain. You the cheat type, need an ease life. I'ma pull it from the mud like a dirt bike. She get left if she stressed, better act right. Anything she won't do, I'm a Klondike. Start clapping that, baby. That'll put me in the mood, baby. Open wide, make room, baby. Just give me that, baby. Start clapping that, baby. That'll put me in the mood, baby. Open wide, make room, baby. Just give me that, baby.
That was C. Titus and Craig Pierre with In the Mood. Alright, y'all, we're gonna keep the set going. Shout out to Golden562. SMG, I see you. I want to send a shout out to OG Mac. He said he received award in the West Coast. He received an award at the West Coast Hip Hop Awards. Salute to you for all the work that you've done and all the marks that you made and all the careers that you was a part of, OG. We see you. Alright. So we got some more submissions. I do see some questions coming in. Okay, some questions is coming in. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to keep this set going. Let me just close this out right now. I'm going to give a quick rundown. We got kind of like an open house today. You submitting, you vibing. If you want to give some questions. Next week, for everybody that's on, next week will be the Is It a Smash competition. It will be the Is It a Smash. And I'm thinking I'm going to go with possibly, don't quote me just yet, possibly we giving out a distribution deal. It's either that or the Pro Tools. I'm indecisive of the Pro Tools. It's like I can't get these Pro Tools away. I've been putting these Pro Tools for a competition for weeks. Seems like nobody want the Pro Tools. So I'm figuring that part. I'm figuring that part out. But anyway, we're gonna it's a video. We're gonna go into it. So this one is a submission for Mid Coast Entertainment. I think the artist is called Young Sal. Yo, Tony Bosco, what's good, my dude? This is Young Sal. Let me make sure I got the right one. Nope, see, I got the wrong one. I'm glad I double checked that. All right, let's get this right. Mid Coast Entertainment submitted this song. All right, this is Young Sal, Back on the Streets. Let's check this one out. Let's see what this is about. Back on the streets. Back on the streets ain't always a good thing. I want to send a big shout out to Over Cool J. That's my good brother right there. Shout out to Jay. I see you, my dude. You know, my man Ponce. He He fancy. He fancy, y'all. He fancy. Alright, y'all. Shout out to New Orleans, Ninth Ward, showing love. We see you. Much love to y'all. We taking calls? Yes, we are taking calls today as well. If you want to call in, if you got a business question, you got a shout out, you got a album dropping, you want to do a blast, you got a question directly for me, the number's right there. I'm going to put it on the screen as well. You see the number right there, 917-663-4433. If you want to call in, but please, my man Ponce put the shades on. My man too cool. My man too cool. All right, we're going to go into this back on the streets. If you call during the video, I'm going to call you back. All right, just out of respect for the videos. But let's go into this one. This is Young Sal. This is a submission from Mid Coast Entertainment. Let's check it out, y'all. Okay, hold on. Alright, there we go.
This is the A&R Desk with Spud Brooklyn.
Back on the streets, but caught up in some situations. Out on parole when J.O.B. is what I'm facing. Ain't never had one. All I know is how to hustle. Gonna be kinda hard to tighten up on this hustle. They also wanna see a nigga drop some dirty P. So I stay away from those and they won't get none from me. They be claiming that they wanna see a nigga once a month. Cause they be having guilty conscience that a nigga smoke a blunt. They wanna call me in so they can run some fucking tests. Have me answer hella questions so they can lead and build a stress. Ask me shit like this. Man, what's your occupation at? Man, I've been searching for 2 weeks and I ain't got no answers back. He be like, what's up with that? I say, I don't know, but I keep trying. And he be looking me in my face because he know that I be when he start replying. Man, you only got 2 weeks and I'm so anxious to go. I say that's good enough for me. Bread's gon' be in, money gon' spin. I don't give a fuck here, yeah, we gon' win. Yo, I'm getting it all in. Money gon' spin, getting it all in. Make a nigga straight vomit. I don't give a time. I don't give a fuck, never mind. Nigga, never mind. I don't give a fuck, pulling up on time. I'm a body, G. Don't even trip, I got control. I'm trying to walk this shit down so I can get off this parole. And then I start to stroll. I'm headed for the exit, I'm out the door. I need to use my cell phone so I can call my hoe. Hello, what's up? I need you to come and pick me up. Just got to see my parole officer, man, I fought. This bitch is tripping. Try to lock a nigga up for good. Try to take my memories, try to take a nigga out the hood. But I ain't tripping, just trying to maintain on my motherfucking hustle. Call up in this game, never hang with them lame, cause they was bringing the pain. In my motherfucking city, where these niggas is trained. White suits, gray socks, flip-flops, blue shoes. Niggas mad as fuck. He walk around with attitudes. Ain't the food that they feed it. It be getting to my stomach. Eating leftover breakfast, make a nigga straight vomit. Bread's gon' be in, money gon' spin. I don't give a fuck here, yeah, we gon' win. Yo, I'm getting it all in. Money gon' spin, getting it all in. Make a nigga straight vomit. I don't give a time. I don't give a fuck, never mind. Nigga, never mind. I don't give a fuck, pulling up on time. Nigga, never mind.
That was Young Sal back on the street. That was a mid-coast submission. They've been submitting a lot. Shout out to that team out there. Vocab and them, I see you. Shout out to X Music, I see you. Face to Face, I see you. Young Chop, SYFM. OG Mac got a dope question and he put it in the feed. And I'm gonna get right to that, right? OG Mac, who's a veteran in the game. I must give him his accolades right now. He's a veteran in the game. We're talking about Brick Squad, 1017. If you don't know, you need to find out. And if you need to find out, then you might not really need to know, right? But he said, do you think the record label should amend a contract to whatever an artist demands to sign them? He said he made that mistake recently. Now, I don't think a label should always. There's not always an always situation. I think it comes when it comes to the correlation between you and that artist. But as a label, sometimes we have to make a tough decision or a stern decision, because sometimes artists, and I'm speaking from an artist's standpoint, sometimes us as artists are blind to what it all really takes and what's happening. Even when money's not being supposedly spent or things happening, it kind of still is spent and is happening. So when you're amending the contract, I say it really depends on the relationship of the artist, and how much you and the artist feel connected to the goal. I'm really big with talking to my artists, figuring out what my artists need, and also being stern on the business. But it's a real hard thing. It's a real hard thing to say, no, you shouldn't amend, or you should amend. It all depends on the relationship and what that amendment is. Because sometimes, or again, like I said, art, and I'm speaking for me, sometimes an artist, doesn't see a lot of the things that it takes to happen, and it looks like nothing's happening, so they want more. So sometimes you gotta have that real deep relationship with them or conversation. So I wouldn't say it's an always thing, but we do live and learn, and those things do. Some chances are, and I don't even want to say chances are. A lot of times, it'd be a mistake when we do it just for the artist. It has to be for us. It has to be a goal, straight up. All right, we got another question. Someone texted a question. If you want them anonymous, that was a big thing that I'm getting a lot. A lot of people saying, I had a question, but I didn't want to sound stupid. So if you want an anonymous question, you could text it, and I won't even say your name. I mean, especially if I don't have your number saved. Actually, that line doesn't really save anyone's number, so I don't see no name. So if you don't put your name, I'm not going to say anything. I'll just ask the question. But we're going to go into another record real quick before I get into that other question. I don't want this just to be a whole conversation of me. But this next submission is Brianna Ray. And the song is called Evangelism Banger. Okay, let's check out this banger. Let's check this out. The name caught my attention. Let's check this out, y'all. Let them know what you think. Oh yeah, I remember this one. I remember this.
Call me a personal witness of His mercy. I am a personal witness of His goodness. When I think of all the times I was down and out, had no clue what real I was about. I was a lost soul with nowhere to go, but with open arms told me come on home. Now I'm a spreader of His love, preaching the gospel, I won't give up. Working for my Father overtime, helping save souls like He saved mine.
Seeking the Father all I can. I know that time is ticking. Competition, not my business. I be living what I'm spitting. Flow is vicious, so is vision. Want fruition and ambition. New additions, new position, new possibilities given. The Father's favor all up on me, nothing greater. She wanted drugs to save her, but it led to misbehavior. She fell and she went face first. She scraped upon the pavement. Then her Savior picked her up and healed the wounds. He really changed her. She got saved and missed the baggage. Changed to a different fashion. Gave her a whole nother chance as she laid down all her sadness right at the altar. Even when Satan called her, even when hatred came up in her face with lots of offers, yeah. And she is me. She off the spirit, not the green. Ain't have to plead, cause Jesus, He ain't came to me. He made me free. He brought me home like off the streets. That's why He meets you where you at, I'm called to reach. I'm hit to recruit until the day I see them skies open. Cries moping, cause they thought we always joking. It is written, it is spoken. This is different, I am chosen. The spitting is golden because the mission really rolling.
Yeah, a road warrior, I'm outside. Shine a light that reaches north and the south side. Bring the cattle out the graves. Street shepherd Elohim is who I praise. See, y'all don't move the needle, y'all ain't evil at all. About as believable as Steven Seagal. It's all a fraud, I'm past the facade. We speaking bold, ain't no mumbling. They try to belittle and call it humbling. Big dog, really been a savage on the beat, but I'm a leader. If I eat, y'all know the parish gotta eat. Been building tables for the bros, they just gotta bring the seats. Do nothing to move something, you just gotta use your feet. See, I'm from P-H-I-L-A, period. Grew up on Beanie Siegel, the lineage is serious. Boys in the hood, bro, my styles remain furious. Keep on doubting the pen if you wanna be delirious. Yeah, a warrior, but I don't win a lot. A loss is just a lesson. Watch what happen when I spin the block. Philly always treated like the dark side, but as rappers saving people from the dark ties. North.
I like where that was going. I remember that one. They even had an open verse on that. DJ Sam, who's probably one of the pioneer viewers of our show, very instrumental in his advice and air. He said it has potential if it was louder. I would say lift that. Like that would be my only thing. Lift the beat just a little bit, especially for those wearing headphones. So I could imagine what y'all hearing. But I remember that one. From the gate. Tough joint. Oh, wait. It looked like I got disconnected from... Hold on. Let me make sure I ain't get disconnected, y'all. Give me 1 second. It looks like my live got disconnected on my end, but it seems like I'm still on. So we gonna just double check this real quick. Oh, man. Now it's giving me a double. It's giving me a double thing. Hold on, let me make sure. All right, we back. Now you on. For some reason, my whole live set on here went down, but it said I was still good to go. So I just wanted to make sure. All right, but going and just to let y'all know, my feed kind of just got dubbed out. So it just got dubbed out. But anyway, shout out to the SYFM. I call them the Philadelphia sound of like the Wu-Tang when it comes to their artistry. They got that real neo soul, and it's not just neo soul. I don't want to box them into that, but they come with the good stuff. But he asked a very good question, and he said, "What's the key performance indicators?" And then he put the K, you know what I'm saying? He put the KPI on that. But he said to do a track to measure an artist's growth. Now, when it comes to measuring an artist's growth, there's two different aspects you gotta look at, right? You gotta look at their personal growth into their artistry and their professional growth in their artistry. Some artists grow in their artistry where you can see the development of their songs, how fast they start developing. When they start going into their own self, when they're coming out with their creative juices and it's clicking, you can see the growth when the confidence grows. But just because that grows, the professional might not grow with it, right? Might not grow with it. And that's something you could work on, because now you got the basis of what needs to be done. The service and the product has been developed. So that it's easier to do that and then work on growing the professional. What I see a lot is people minimizing that and then working on the professional growth. So they're getting their viewerships up, whether they're partnering with third-party companies and promotional services, Google ads, Instagram ads, and they're growing their professional indicators. Like you see the maturity in the professional level, but then their personal to their craft is in development. That's scary, because once you grow in the professional aspect, the demand for the personal aspect of your craft is something that is going to be tough to fulfill. And I see that a lot. But I would really focus on how the artist develops into their own. How they come up with their songs, how quick they do it. You can start seeing it. It's like basketball. You get a kid with potential, he on the court, you start coaching him, but then you see the release. You start noticing the release. You start seeing that confidence. You start seeing the moves, and it's no different. Look at this like a sport. It's no different. When you start seeing that development, those are good indicators that, like, okay, you could go pro. You know what I'm saying? You could go pro now. But really good question. Keep an eye on your artists, y'all. Keep an eye on your artists and how fast, or not even fast, how much they're growing into their own. Alright, that was shout out to the camp. That was the SYFM collective, but they got another one. We're gonna double up with them. Right? This is Kendra. This song is called Silent. I believe it's called Silent, but it says it already exists. Oh, I downloaded it already. Alright, let's check this out. Another one straight from the camp. Yo, Danny, I see you. Written by Dawn.
Take a couple to the face fest, hope it hit back. Cause I can't stand to face that, I can't face that. Run for my feelings, gotta hide out. Cause I might just have another breakdown. Nobody stays around, nobody ever stays around. And what's worse, they only know I'm fine just by my word. Say you can talk to us, but that don't feel familiar. And I always talk to God, but sometimes they don't see me now. I feel it breaking me, but I'm so solid. But I'ma stay silent. If life's like flowing water, then I'll ride it. Silent. Feel it breaking me, but I'm still solid. But I'ma stay silent. If life's like flowing water, then I'll ride it. Purchase your tracks today. If life's like flowing water, then I'll ride it. Turn pain to change and let it fill my pocket. I don't complain, I pen it, then I lock in. No one around when I'm down who can keep me from my thoughts. It'll be lonely. I don't know what's worse. I might just sell my soul to find my worth. Distractions don't last long enough. Attractions don't run deep enough. I don't take this serious. Only how the money comes. Silent. I feel it breaking me, but I'm so solid. But I'ma stay silent. If life's like flowing water, then I'll ride it. Silent. I feel it breaking me, but I'm so solid. Breaking me, but I'll stay silent. If life's like flowing water, then I'll ride it. Purchase your tracks today.
That's a tough one right there. Everybody on the chat like that one. That was a good one. That beat did compliment that. I think Tino said that beat compliments. I like that one. SYFM said that's one of the favorite ones out the camp. I see why. That's a dope one. Well-rounded. Hits the pinnacles of what's needed. Really dope. Really dope. Alright, what we're going to go into right now. This just released. This is hot off the press. I want to send a big shout out to Golden 562. Be on the lookout for the BBTS album. If you haven't heard about the tour and the performances, most definitely check that out. I got another text of a question. Keep them coming in if you want to. We're gonna go into this one and we're gonna get back to the music. But shout out to Golden. This is big one. This big one because she big stepping. So be on the lookout. Check this out, y'all. Shout out to Golden 562.
Show studio, we get busy.
It's golden. She running free now, she about to do her big one. I just pulled up on a dumb bitch. Sat for an hour, she ain't even come out yet. Every time I leave, she wanna call, come back, bitch. Pull back around, she ain't even still out yet. Sent her little nigga so he could try to peep shit. Pulled up on the nigga, he ain't even wanna say shit. Talking about his mama coming out, but where that weak bitch? Spent you for a while, now it's time to be on G shit. Told you big lies saying he was on his big tip. He gon' walk away cause he want another quick dip. Never in my life can a nigga ever quit this. He gon' act the ass if another nigga hit this. Calling for the favor, little bitch, you ain't know that. We done dropped the low, so can you tell me where this hoe at? Popping on the ground, but you scary and you know that. I don't play fair, I suggest for you to fall back. You playing games for a nigga, but I'm a real one. I can keep it cute or I could be the ill one. I keep her locked up, but bitch, you thought
thought you did something. She running free now, she about to do her big one. See, I decided I'm the biggest. I'm whooping on these bitches like I'm fucking mommy dearest. If I turn this bitch up, they gon' wonder where my chill is. She running free now, she about to do her big one. I kept it cute for you bitches. Told you keep the nigga, let me focus on my riches. It didn't settle down, now it's time to have no business. What's up? I keep her locked up, but bitch, you thought you did something. I keep her locked up, but bitch, you thought I turn this bitch up, they gon' wonder where my chill is. She running free now, she about to do her big one. She running free now, she about to do her big one. Now it's time to have no business. I keep her locked up, but bitch, you thought you did something. If you really want it with me, then it's game time. I'ma make you work for it, cause that's how I shine. They think I'm bothered, but I'm really on the incline. I got the time, so let's put it on. Now that I'm the biggest, I'm whooping on these bitches like I'm fucking mommy dearest. If I turn this bitch up, they gon' wonder where my chill is. She running free now, she about to do her big one. I kept it cute for you bitches. Told you keep the nigga, let me focus on my riches. Didn't settle down, now it's time to have no business. I keep her locked up, but bitch, you thought you did something. I told y'all to leave me alone, and you still stalking me on the ground. So don't be mad when I pull up.
Shout out to Golden 562. She said the problem is I'm the one, but I'm not the one. Don't mess with her. Shout out to Golden. That's right. We just dropped that real quick. Give y'all a little sneak preview of what's to come. Album on the way. Alright, we're gonna keep this set going. We do have some questions. What I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna go into one more video. This is Carlito Black. Shout out to Carlito Black. Golden as well as Carlito Black are Is It a Smash champions of the show, which we're gonna have the Is It a Smash next week for sure. I'm not sure if we're doing a distribution situation or we're gonna go to the Pro Tools. But nonetheless, this is Carlito Black with Brownsville Homage. Check it out, bro. And this is what I think Stuck B. Let's check it out.
It's start time. Yeah, Stuck B, nigga. Carlito. You know the vibes. Listen. 1 1 2 1 2 Brownsville, I guaranteed you won't come through. As soon as you hit them shots, duck run too. It's not a game, niggas will duck hunt you. I'm still in the streets, never inheriting beef. News talk, you report Denzel Pelican brief. You can catch me in the Ville, blowing L's in the streets, minding my biz, not giving a fuck about police, so don't try me. You could get injured, the body from a shotty leaving you slumped in front of your lobby. No capping in this rapping, shit really happens. From hitting runs to stabbings to taking trips to chapping. Did this back to DeVille with a toy chest full of gadgets. There's a war going on out here, no man is safe from. Monkey see, monkey do when the jakes come. And separated the reals from the fake ones. When you come around here, just know your place, son. Fuck out of here, nigga, in your face one. Stuck B, what up? From B-Ville to Bed-Stuy, you already know. You talk George and let me talk my ish. Never ran, never will. I'm a guy, reppin' the style, but took time to show love to the Ville. Ain't no secret, it's home to the grimy and the real. Before Bloods and Crips, you had these seps in the field. Can't forget about the low lives, disrespect them for a fact you losing your life. Sean Price, an MC who came from the Ville, he was a legend that can flow nice. Dice game go crazy, keep your gun and keep your knife. Whether Van Dyke, Marcus Garvey, or either Tilden, Ceplo, Brownsville, LH is still lit. Where the MOP any up was a big hit, way before they put Remy Ma on the remix. Brownsville, same place where L got his jewel script. Mike Tyson from the Ville, he been knocking Seaf out. Killer Kev come from there, you know what he be bout. Give a phone call, he can bring all the G's out. ABG and Rover is something I can't leave out. ABG and Rover is something I can't leave out. From Bed-Stuy to the Ville, show a homage.
Shout out to Carlito Black. Oh, man, every time he submitted to the show, it was a different video. Boy, got more visuals than bifocal. I'm telling you. Shout out to everybody submitting. We're gonna go into a question real quick. This question is from Face the Music. He asked a really cool question. He asked a 2-part question. He said, what's the difference in developing a pop artist versus developing a rap artist? Ooh, it's different. So the thing about pop, right? Pop is what we call in the industry. This is what we called it in the industry: senseless music. And I know that sounds so like harsh. Senseless music. And the reason why we call it senseless music is you could play it in any temperature. Elevator, restaurant. I don't care if I was going grocery shopping. It meant nothing to the moment. It meant nothing to the moment. It filled and fulfilled the moment. So the difference between developing them is mastering. He said, oh, my man said pop artist is easy. Now, I'm OG Max said it's easy. I will say it's easier to develop a pop artist. Harder to crack a pop artist compared to a hip hop artist. And when I say crack, just mainstream them into the viewers' listenership. It's easier to find a pipeline to enter a rapper into a viewership, like a viewership pool. It's much easier. Even if you take this as a micro experience right now, it's much easier to introduce a hip hop song right now onto this platform, and 90% of the platforms that all you artists we jump on, it's much easier to introduce rap. But developing is easier for a pop because it has just to do the texture of sound, and then it's also the texture changes between male and female pop. What genre, like what geographical location of pop you want to go. So it goes into a whole different thing. But a pop artist is a little bit easier, especially if they write their own music. Because rappers write their own music. 90% of them write their own music. They do a lot more of the work. If you got a pop artist that needs more development, you got to invest more into it. So it's a give and take in hard and what's the difference? But it's the sound. The sound creates a genuine. There's a show I want y'all to check out. I want y'all to, it's on Netflix if you can. It's called Hitmakers. And it's they put a bunch of writers together and they write for particular artists. But in that room, you could see how everyone adapt to the particular sound that the vibrations have to go. It's really dope. It's really dope. His second question was, is there a different set of tools needed to manage a pop and rap artist? Chances are, when it's a pop artist, the production for a pop compared to a rap artist is very instrumental to the definition if it's pop. You can strip the artists down. If you don't capture the sound of pop between the keys, the tone, the drive, the notes, everything, you're gonna miss the mark. Rap, you got a lot more flexibility. So the tools in rap, the elements of that are kind of easy. It comes from a core place. Hip hop is more of a core place. You know what I'm saying? You rep your borough, you rep your town, you bring in the environment. Pop is not about bringing in the environment. No, pop is like we just heard a song from Brownsville, and then pop is Manhattan. And what Manhattan is, every borough goes there. It has a certain type of tone and value. But if you go somewhere outside of Manhattan, you know it's not the same feel. And that's the same thing with pop and hip hop. The texture develops it a lot. Now, you could use the same tools. You absolutely can use the same tools. But you got to make sure you capture the sound. That's the key to all the genres. And that's why they separate the genres. It's the sound. It's the sound. But I'm always going to say, and I will argue with anybody, pop don't love you. Pop music don't love you. They'll pay, but they don't love you. All right, we're going to go into this one right here. It was a submission. It's an Instagram link. It's an Instagram link. This is Mr. JT Music. And then we're going to go into, after that, we're going to go into a J Styles joint. Face the Music got one. Tino got a question. We got X Music going on there. And I think I got another video locked up. But I'm going to play this Instagram link. This is Mr. JT. Let's check it out. It's already playing, so I can't stop it or rewind it because it's an Instagram link. But let's check it out. I'm going to let it rock for a little bit.
If you a demon that's trapped in the closet, they wouldn't beef unless you cooking up action with Bronson. It's quiet for you if nobody is asking who watching. And I'll be laughing
we hold on, y'all. We got a call coming in. I'm gonna take this call. I'm gonna get right back to that video. Hello?
Hello.
Hey, we got MG in the building. Shout out to you for calling in. How you doing, Miss J?
I'm doing well. I have a question.
All right, let me lower the music. Go ahead.
How can you safeguard when you're doing promo? How can you safeguard that the vendor that you're using is not using bots? You get a lot of people promoting and thinking that they're using humans. How do you protect yourself from using bots? And what are the repercussions on streaming platforms for using bots?
So repercussions, first of all, the repercussions, distribution company sites will pull your records. Second thing with the repercussion, I hope y'all know it's a federal law. Like it's against the law to use bots. I know a lot of people don't know a lot of the services they use bots. And sometimes, let's be honest, sometimes when they start telling you, I can guarantee you, once you tell me you could guarantee me a certain levels of spins and not give me a ratio, that's a red flag for me. But it's really hard for companies, for artists and people to understand where that comes from. So you have to really do a deep search to the company. And if you could get them on the line, which a lot of them you can get online to ask them a lot of questions, to ask who, what artists they worked with, what they've ever done. Just going to their website and seeing who they work with. Anybody could post any pictures of that. OG Mac said there are software and programs that can clean up fake from real. Those still get by heavily, but it's really hard. You got to really do your research and use word of mouth to entrust into people as well, or software companies as well. But to safeguard is using trusted. The true way is to safeguard is to use designated promotional services from the platforms in which you want. That's the only true way I could say you could safeguard. You want a Spotify campaign? Go to Spotify. You want an app? Go to Apple. You want a YouTube? Go to YouTube. Now those things may cost more, but to safeguard, you're always at risk. When you're an artist, you're always at risk. Always. So it's really difficult to do that.
So how is the artist at risk? I mean, I personally experienced a situation with DSPs I had no knowledge of. Neither did the artist. So the artist was never really flagged, but I was for what the artist did without knowing.
Yeah. So
how do we?
So the distributor, whoever's the distributor, you take the hit. That's usually how it works. Unfortunately, that's the business of it. And people might say, but why should the distribution take a hit if the artist went on their own and did it? And this is why the artist's relation to their company or the distributor or the people that's around them is very important to have that communication. Because the reason why they don't go to the artist is because the contractual agreement is between the distributor and the sites. You're the distribution, you the one who either paid, brokered, upload. You made that agreement to distribute the music, so they have no financial or contractual restrictions to go directly to the artist. So the distributor, the record label, they take the hit. And this is why you have to be on top of your artist or communicate with your artist, even though it might feel like nagging, it might feel like it's a business, and you got to be on it. He said, I disagree, Spud. My campaigns go harder than distribution system. But you see what you said, OG Mac? You said your campaigns. For a typical company or an artist who don't have your campaigns, the only way to safeguard is to go directly to the platforms that they're distributing with, because you'll know it'll be safe. And even if those platforms like Spotify dare to use bots, they're not going to flag you. So yes, OG Mac, you have a good one. You got a good one. But the typical artists don't have the tools you got. For the typical artist, they have to go directly to them because they don't have, the experience, or the campaigns or the tools to do that.
Speaking of the tools, I know during the deep dives we've done with independent artists, we're able to see whether bots are being used. So that's probably OG Mac, being CEO of Brick Squad, has the same tools that we have. So
Yeah,
he's able to.
you could see them, but we can't stop them. That's the problem.
So basically, when we do the deep dives with the artists and we're able to see them, can you share just a little bit how we can tell that bots are being used? Because I think
I could share that.
We may say this, but they don't believe it.
Yeah, I could share that. What Ms. Jackson is referring to is when I do deep dive with artists, I pull them up into the analytics system. It's a tool that I used when I was working with Universal and Sony. When they was looking at an artist, we'll put them in the system and it will pull up everything from online from them, everything that we're looking for. And when we're doing the retention from how much artists return compared to how much artists are there and who's listening, when we see a dip dramatically in the growth or the decline, it's truly a good giveaway. Like when there's no increase at a steady increase, when it's just like the graph goes here and then it's like boom, once that happens, it's usually a great indicator that bots we use, because it shows no transition in listenership or the decrease, because when the bots do it and then the bot company shuts down and then everything gets pulled and then you get a quick drop back to where you originally was. So when we doing deep dive, especially in the record label, when I used to bring artist stuff and I'm doing these pitches, I used to always wonder why all these executives are on their phone. I'm like, yo, they so disrespectful. I'm in here pitching my fucking life to these people. Like, yo, this artist, I believe in them. They're super dope. And they be on the phone and they be like, so who else you got? And I didn't know what they were doing. And then I realized they were just going straight. The music was dope. They didn't care about that. They wanted to see what was going on. And when they see those dip and dives, they be like, nah, we cool. So that's a tool I still use to this day when working with artists. To see where that dip and dive, and also help me see their development as time goes.
Thank you for answering that question.
No problem at all, Miss J. Thank you for calling in.
All right. See you in a few.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Shout out to Miss J for calling in. That was a really good question. DJ Sam also asked a question. He was like, yo, I think he asked, does pop music use you? Yes, they do. Pop music is no home for no artist. You unless you sitting on the throne, you most definitely gotta sit high. But pop music don't love you, especially rappers. You seen artists like Nicki Minaj go into pop. You see how they treat her really great. They pay you to make you look good. They put you with all the pop stars, the Ice Spices and all that. And they artists be forgetting, like, it ain't home. Pop is not home. He said you could skip the Insta link. All right, cool. I got you. So we're going to keep the set going. I do have another question from the SY FM Collective. But before we do that, we're going to go into this next song right here. This next song is Jay Styles. He's also another one of the Is It a Smash winners. This is called Stole My Heart. Let's see what the Stealing Heart is all about. Let's check this out, y'all. We can get back to those questions.
Can someone tell me how is this real life? When I told myself that I will never love again, somehow I still can't make this right. And my heart knows this is the beginning of the end. My mind is open to closing off. Drunk mind and so speak sober thoughts, drowning my feelings, knowing that I can't pretend. Using my heart, and it's giving me all these mixed most emotions. You stole my heart. It's making me drift like an ocean.
Met her in the summer, couldn't help but to stare. I didn't know she was the one who bring me so much to spare. Her eyes a million different colors, pretty with curly hair. Medusa turned my heart to stone, but there was love in the air. I made you mine, there were no signs. At that time I jumped in, falling deep for you. Things started fine. Love could be blind. How could I be helpless? It's the perfect crime. You stole my heart, and I don't even know how much you did that. And I want it back. You stole my heart, tore my whole world apart, and I want it back. Now ain't it funny how the plot twist? Love like a movie, but the script flipped. Thought we was painted something timeless, but the colors ran drip quick. Now it's just a smudge on my iris. Used to call you little sunrise. Now I watch the sky and wonder where the sun hides. Used to wake up to your eyes. Now I wake up to closed blinds. Curtains closed like the final act. Echoes of the good memories pull me back. It's a fool's paradise. I got caught in the trap. If I leave here tonight, I'm gonna lose self-respect. But my heart paid the price, cause she won't give it back. She won't give it back. I ain't even trying to hear none of that right now. You stole my heart, and I don't even know how much you did that. And I want it back. You stole my heart, tore my whole world apart, and I want it back. Yeah, I want it back.
I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about our love and how much I miss your touch. I miss being around you, hearing your laugh and holding your hand. I think of you every day. I hope and I wish that you're doing okay. We want to go back to the old days.
Shout out to Jay Styles. I like that one right there. Never misses. He does have a question of his. Before we get into the question of his, I just want to give the rundown to everybody. Next up, we got OG Summer coming in as Chop King. Shout out to Chop King. He got a joint that was produced by Vinny Idol. Shout out to Vinny. We're going to get into that. He does have a question. Then after that, we're going to go face to face. Then Tino got a question. Then we're going to go X Music. And then I believe I got one queued up here. Let me just double check, give everybody their respective. I got Pain in My Eyes. I got a Playboy Berg song. And I think I'm queued up after that. All right, cool. We're going to keep that one going. So the question that he has, right? And I might have to read this slow. Because I was over here like, hold on. I'm a little, I know I ain't drunk, but first of all, he got it written in fine print. He from the East Coast. Jay Styles is from the East Coast. You talking about somebody else. But his question is, from your perspective, what is the single biggest invisible factor that separates an independent artist who gets signed? All right, that's where I got confused. An independent artist who gets signed, okay, and thrives from one who gets signed and dropped. So I take it you asking, what is the biggest invisible factor from an artist that signs and thrives compared to one who gets signed and disappear? It would be analytics. I mean, but he said invisible. That's a hard one to really say. I'm not sure if I'm really getting the question. But he said, how can we build that before a label even notices us? That's what he said. So I would say if you're looking for, and it depends on what defines the aspect of success, but if you're looking for anything towards the label, analytics. That's it. I don't care if you trash. I'm keeping it real. Even if you trash, analytics, if you're looking at the label, they are about their business. We be looking at it, we love the culture, we love music. No, they love business. It's about profits and gains. That's it with the labels. Yeah, they key and they love you and have you in the office all day long when you're doing that. But the moment their investment changes, anything with the labels is analytics. I can't stress it. I cannot stress it. All right, we're gonna go into this AK Chop joint right here. He sent something last week which was super dope, so I know he's not gonna fall short today. And then I'm gonna go back into the chat. I see some energy in the chat. I'm not sure if I'm missing something, but I'm gonna read that chat and see what's going on.
AK Chop is here. Oh, jeez. Vinny Idol, nigga.
Here come Debo, put everything away, act like he know. Get a grip, get a grip, get a grip, nigga, or get hit. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. They say I reach the town with them birds, yo. You don't hear people sound with that bird blow. Size anything that you heard, though. AK beats you down with them words, bro. Swag on that cop, real cop flip shit. Cop, real cop flip, chop, get rich. No gang, tatted face, watch list rich. I watch the clock on the block, cops get hit. My reputation is weighted, haters know me. Love, respected, and hated, keep it OG. Young hitter, with the status of an OG. Chop badness, A-graded his own cheese. Horse game, no bull, Thibodeau D. Bust a cap, running work, no Rosen. Rise like a beantown champ and a true teller. Magic with the rock, Miller when I shoot fellas. Booth hot as hell, Audemars shoe sweater. Horsey G, H buckle belt, horseshoe sweater. Who's better? Boss of the worker bee. Wealth got him so a worker turn to Hercules. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Your Venus like the earth to a 5%er. Do the math, that's what drives a winner. She looking for a Jeff Gordon jacket. I'm warm by cold armor, I survive winners. Watching Vanna Graham Bell with the talk game. Phone check, homie, old school horse game. Lord Fan got it cold as ice, hot tempered. Cooling though, no Travolta in massage centers. I had prison yard minutes, box down, thinking lights out, soul searching. Behind closed curtain, bros play the rose hurt, never show blinking. Smoke purple, still ready to explode. Like the whole Ferguson, and the goal's working. Violence, respect violence, said the old serpent. The boogies and mongoose, fully armed loose. But call over the mountain for that wrong person. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy. Fall in my back, I give it back heavy.
A&R Desk, Westwood, Brooklyn.
I'm telling you, I gotta have a hoodie. I gotta have a hoodie nearby when Chop is when I see the name Chop. I gotta have a hoodie nearby to throw on. Either that or I gotta be driving fast with the windows down, like I'm spinning the. I could go to the grocery store, but I gotta go to the grocery store like I'm laying on something. Shout out to Chop. I see some questions in the joint, right? And DJ Sam asked a good question. He said, "What's the ratio?" 37 when looking for talent. And then he also doubled back with, what was his question? He said, "How do you determine who is talented enough?" Now, this is the hard part. This is the hard one, and I know DJ OG Mac is getting to a lot of it, but this is the hard part when it comes to the ratio of that. It depends on what you're doing. As an executive, the true difficult part for an executive is I look for talent. Like, I look for someone who's talented. Now, some people might look at someone who's trash. I could still see a value of talent in the trash. The issue with that is I gotta see a way to market whatever it is I'm interested in. This is why we could look at someone who's super nice, spit fucking bars out the ass, and then we be like, what's the problem? The problem is we can't find, or we have to find the market for him. That's the art of the game, which makes it very difficult for it. So when people are just looking for talent, it's not just looking for talent. You know me with my street analogies, right? You could find the purest heroin in the world that'll take you to the top, but you don't know what to do with it. Now, it could be valued at $3 million. You got $3 million on the table, but you don't know how to move it. Now, when it comes to talent, depending on what you want to do and the progression of what you're trying to do with the talent, you got to be able to know how to move it. Your work. Yo, what's going on, Tone? I see you. Shout out to BSF Tone. So you got to move it. So when it comes to talent and what you're trying to do with the talent, you got to ask yourself, what side of is it just the artistry? Because I see talented artists every day. There's talented artists every day. My emails go off crazy with talented people every day. But I still have to invest something to do is get them market. How can I move them if that's what they want to do? So it's really, really difficult, and you have to ask yourself, why are you asking? You know, what's the goal for the artist? Is it just talent? You just want to mess with somebody with talent? Then voila, you know what I'm saying? That ratio does play a big factor in that. But when it comes to business, you got to merge it. You really got to merge the two. I'm not a big fan of it's 10% business and 90% business, 10% talent. And I'm not really into that ratio. I think that ratio changes per artist. There's no set standard. I might get someone who's super trash, but he got the analytics. Then, of course, the talent rate just dropped and they got into business. I might get somebody who's super talented and we're focusing on that and their business is long. We still could get and work with that. So that ratio mark for me, it's a little different. It's a little different. Let me scroll back to the top. Why you think I asked SY what the artist looks like? She has a voice, but and I knew when you asked what she looks like. Because already he's looking at, I got to sell the product. You know, artists and talents, we look at our music as products, right? No, that's your service. That's what you do. You do that. That's your service. Now we got to sell the product. So we got to match the product. And sometimes the product don't match the service. And sometimes they do, but we still got to work on that. And unfortunately, we're in the service. This is a business service, right? I can have the flyest sneakers in the world. I put them shits in a beat up box and put it on the shelf. You will walk past that box all day long, not even giving it a chance to look inside to see if them sneakers is dope. There's no difference in the music business. And that's why OG Mac asked how she looked. Because automatically he was trying to associate the service to the product to see how that could get moved. He said, it gotta sell. It gotta sell. He said, yeah, it gotta sell. Can I get her endorsements, shows, blah, blah, blah. And you still could work around any type of product could get done. It could get the work. Some are just easier. You know what I'm saying? Some are easier. And also you got to work with the service that you could apply. I've watched labels mess up deals because they didn't know what to do. These are the machine. I've sat there like, yo, y'all doing this wrong. So it's all part of it. It's a business. But we're gonna go to face to face. This is called Legends. I'm gonna check the chat. I know I missed a lot. Please forgive me if I missed your chat. And if you have a very important question that I didn't get to, please take this time to just say, Spud, I had a question up top, and I'll scroll through. But check this out, y'all.
Went out to the old school. All these motherfuckers in the Bronx and Brooklyn and Staten Island, Queens, and all the motherfuckers that laid it down, the foundation. You know what I'm saying? Number love for the old school. That's what we gonna do this one for. You feel me? Can't go through DVDs and shit.
The harsh realities of life have taken toll. Even Jesus Christ forsake my soul. Please tell me what price to pay to make it whole. Take control. I'm making dough, but not enough to blow. J.O.'s, they lust my flow, but they yo, I don't trust the soul. That's all I know we need to. These evil streets will meet you halfway and eat you. Alive trying to survive illegal. I'll leave you lost, mount you on the cross, whip you like a horse, sacrifice your life to a higher force. Then I'll stomp your corpse. It's the Bronx, of course. Recognize the accent, one of the last living, still in action. General assassins, catching any rack, blasting any text, smashing any chest. Passing any test, Charles Manson in the flesh. Any last request before you meet your maker. So with your reaper, wake up, shaking up a storm like Anita Baker. I'll take it straight to hell and fill your heart with hate. Incarcerate your fate in Satan's fiery lake. Then I lock the gate. Make no mistake, this shit is real as Joe. We follow the killer's code. When we come for you, tell me where will you go? Nowhere to run, hide, or find you in silence. You screams, and even if you kill me, I'll still be in your fucking dreams. You ain't a killer, you still learning how to walk. From New York to Cali, all the real niggas carry chalk. Mark you for death when even talk that east to west crap from watch the left rack. It ain't where you're from, it's
I
where
need
you
an
at.
encore, y'all. You should welcome me back. You want a ball till you fall, I can help you with that. You want beef, I can let a slug melt in your hat. Cause I'm a wild barbarian. Too hard, I'm scaring them.
Just to give this song texture, the production was made and he put the legends on it. The song is called Legends. Just to give texture.
AK is my heat. A day in the street till I lay 6 feet. QB, PJs, and we playing for keeps. Jewelry, cars, and Jeeps is my motto. 4-5s with the hollows. Silencers on the nozzles. Pop bottles for those who left here. The best years. We in the bulletproof vest years. The aim for the head and chest years. What's your name? Make your name known for the next year. Better rap, yeah.
Hey, remember motherfuckers used to get their gold chains snatched? Remember that shit? Remember seeing Brooklyn go crazy up in the motherfucking party? Remember motherfuckers used to go, it's Brooklyn in the house? And motherfuckers would lose their goddamn mind. That's the old school to me. That's what I'm saying. I remember going places and motherfuckers were scared to say they was from anywhere but Brooklyn. That shit was
a
the
nigga
bomb.
never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leads. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, and stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch, the milks with chocolate, the cookies.
When the man racked my cage, he also racked my rage, and I blaze back my rage to the strange black frustration. But it way too long for the gay buddy get a sad song they singing about. You only get to live until you gone. No shit, wake it up at the bone and crack it on for the fucked up child card that can pictures on my wall to wake my nuts up. What's up? With a finger touch my finger through the gate hole. See goes acting like a-holes, racially on the payroll. Pay them off in pesos. No angel halos, Pedro's going racial. Featuring all your facial features up in this nightmares. Holding your life up right there, judging you for the fuck of it. Suck a dick cause that ain't fair shit. Would it be better off? Lost to the deep sea than sinking in the depths of the penitentiary, breathing weekly, dying daily, and sacrificing for them days that I was trapped for days in the penitentiary cages.
That's the old school to me. That's what I'm saying. I remember going places and motherfuckers were scared to say they was from anywhere but Brooklyn. That shit was the bomb back in the motherfucking old school, nigga. Remember Skelly, nigga, knocking niggas out the box, popping boxes? Remember Stickball? Remember niggas used to run that shit like that? Remember the block? Remember screaming up at your moms from the window? The ice cream truck? Remember the Italian ices, yo? Yo, remember the Italian ices? The Spanish niggas coming down with the coconut ices and shit?
That right there was Face to Face, but he goes by Face the Music. I like that mashup. He picked some really dope verses too. Dope verses. Alright, y'all, we coming close to the end of the night. We do got some more questions. This one's from Tino, and he asked a really dope question. He said, has TikTok fundamentally altered the way artists are discovered and the attributes that define a hit? Then he said, can an artist successfully leverage a TikTok song to get in a room with a major label? So to answer that question, to answer the last part, can an artist use a TikTok song to leverage Majors, yes. Now, what I want to ask y'all, and this is for everybody who's in the chat. Name one TikTok song. And what I mean by that, a song that just came from TikTok. Name one TikTok song that anybody could think about. Anybody. Before I go into my next question. Anybody. My man said F TikTok. It's on my PDs. I hear you, my dude. And the reason why I'm asking this question, because I want to make a deep point to the concept of TikTok. Now, while I ask that question, I'm going to go to the first part. TikTok hasn't fundamentally altered the way music artists are discovered. What it did was it altered the way artists make music. No one's getting TikTok deals, y'all. And what I mean by that, not saying artists haven't used TikTok to blow, to intensify their analytics to get a deal. I'm not saying that. But we getting this idea and this concept that we have to write a record based on TikTok. Oh, this is a TikTok song. TikTok is a platform that generates using music as the cherry. And what I mean by the cherry, when you buy a cake, right? And the cherry's on top, you move the cherry, right? And then you cut it. Somebody might eat it or it might get disregarded. You cut it. But we get so lost in the analytics of TikTok, and that's what's messing up the music business. A lot of artists are looking at the analytics of TikTok and forgetting that little kid dancing to your song, busting it and doing all this. Don't know your song, bro. They don't know you. But then you look at your viewership and you be like, yo, my views is out the roof. I'm bubbling. No, you're not. It's the content and the energy that takes notice. And I always use this analogy. This is a true story before I go into the... We all heard the song as Girls as Players 2. I always tell this story. Girls as Players 2, right? Cola Ray. She had the song. It was going crazy in New York. It was the #1 record. I can't forget how much millions of views. I think she was at like 7 million followers. TikTok was bubbling. This was at Republic Records, the #1 record label. They've been the #1 record label for like 6 years straight. I'm not making that up. They got awards for it, right? We're sitting in the meeting. The A&R and the CEO was Uptown Records. His name was Saint. She was signed there. He's like, yo, she's bubbling on Instagram. I mean, she's bubbling on TikTok. She's doing her thing. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I hear this record every day. Every day. I work with a lot of kids. So I watch these kids all day. And then I got daughters. And I watch them on their TikTok. Doing all that, right? They got all the moves, right? And then I asked him, yo, who sing that song? Not one kid could tell me who sing the song. Not one. I don't know. They didn't care about the song. It was doing basically kind of like the challenge of putting their video in the midst of everyone else's video. I ran back to the label and I said, yo, y'all missing out on something. She's not jumping. It's content. The kids is eating it up because it's dancing and they just want to compete in that. They don't know who she is. They looked at me and said I was wrong. They said I was on a nice move, Spot. They looked at me and said I was wrong. She dropped her album with the #1 song in New York. 7 million whatever listeners. I don't know how much hundreds of millions of viewership she had. And she sold 15,000 copies. 15,000 copies. She dropped music after that. No one's associating her to that record. You know why? Because on TikTok, no one associates the artist. It's just that 5-second clip, that 8-minute clip of song. Shorty wanna do this. That's what they care. They just care about that one little clip and doing a shorty wanna punch, do the wave, and that's it. They care nothing about music, and artists get lost in that. And she flopped, but her label disappointed because they were so tied up in the viewerships of TikTok, thinking that those viewerships accommodated for her song. No, you can't compete with content and music. I'm sorry, I'm ranting, right? Don't get lost in content, y'all. Associate your music to catapult your music, but don't just get lost in the analytics of content. It's content. It's content. If I own a pizzeria and I can't sell my baseball hats, and I start doing a campaign for every pizza you buy, you get a hat, and I sell 1 billion pizzas, I can't run around and say, yo, I sold 1 billion hats, y'all. No, they came for the pizza. social media is a viewership, not a listenership. So use those analytics and those tools to build your listenership, and don't get lost in the viewership, because that's all it is. That's what I'm gonna say about that. So don't get lost in, and I think artists, yo, X Music, do this for me real quick, my brother. Could you please send me a YouTube link or MP3? The only reason why I asked for that, if I try to log into a Spotify account, or if I log into an Apple account, sometimes it shuts it down. Yeah, Instagram has this thing with the music being played from those. As soon as I open one of those, it might go down. So please send that. He said, Spud got all the answers. Nah, I ain't got. I got all that. I don't got all the answers. I just share my experience, man. I just share my experience, and also give a perspective, because I think it's so easy for us to get lost, especially with this idea of analytics and what analytics means to your music more than just your viewership. Like right now, I think artists spend too much time on viewership and not listenership. You know what I'm saying? It gets misconstrued. But content is fucking up the music business. Content is fucking up the music business. We let MP3s do it and file sharing. Right? And we were so happy with the file sharing, and it's free and I could rip it, and Napster, and we were so happy about all that, and then we let that interrupt the industry and it fucked up the music business a little bit. And I'm telling you, content right now is doing that same thing before us, but we so happy with how the exposure feels that we're missing how damaging it is to the music business. But this right here is D&B. This is off the MJMG Presents Variation album. If you haven't checked this out, this is a dope song. This is Primo Sad, where he goes by, his name is Saeed, but it's Primo Sad, man. Check this out, man. I got to record this.
We gon' make a move where we need to be. You be looking shook so easily. All the books ain't no D&B. Keep it all the books ain't no D&B. We gon' make a move where we need to be. You been looking shook so easily. Keep it all the books ain't no D&B. Keep it all the books ain't no. There's no division. All my niggas is dodging prison. Or they drown at the bottom because nobody listen. Never mention the God inside them. I see the children lead amongst the followers. Obvious they for his. Not a system evolved, but the structure the same. Never diss it at all, but I know it's up through the pain. I've been through it all, stumbled through disgust and the shame. But hey, that's just part of the game. We gon' make a move where we need to be. You be looking shook so easily. Keep it all the books, ain't no D&B. Keep it all the books, ain't no D&B. We gon' make a move where we need to be. You be looking shook so easily. Keep it all the books, ain't no D&B. Keep it all the books, ain't no. Got it from the goons and the goblins, the boosters and robbers that move through imposters like rosters, blowing out the fumes of exotic, removing the toxins, improved by the process is constant. That we always build to destroy gets revealed when the void is fulfilled by the Lord that he thought. Made it to the black run the course, everlasting the portion, the task never forced. When they out for the coin, they tell pros. Sundress got it poking like elbows. Her intention to evoke the regale soul. Ask if she missed a deposit. Hell no. We gon' make a move where we need to be. You be looking shook so easily. Keep it all the books, ain't no D&B. Keep it all the books, ain't no D&B. We gon' make a move where we need to be. You be looking shook so easily. Keep it all the books, ain't no D&B. Keep it all the books, ain't no.
That was Primo Sad, Saeed. His Instagram is Primo Sad. That was off the Variation album. That was dope. I got to be. He actually flew in from Texas, came out here in Brooklyn, and I got him in the lab, man, and we was able to record. That actually is the reason. That situation is the reason why In a Minute, my record In a Minute dropped, because he booked 3 hours and he was 2 hours late. And we recorded and did like 3 songs that day. And I was like, yo, don't even worry, the session's on me, man. I know you flew in. And he was like, I'm gonna make you a beat. And he wrote me, he sent me a beat, and he came up with a idea for a chorus, and I went for that. And that was the birth of In a Minute. Alright, so we're gonna keep it going. I do see one more question. If you do have a question before we go, we could check that out. Yes, get that album streaming on all platforms. I got the Black Man's Castle. I'm gonna play that next, and then I'm gonna go into X music after that. I might go into that last question. They asked about the Capitol. They sent the text. I guess they don't want me to say the name, but they asked me about the Capitol situation. Miss J, should I go into that? We'll figure it out. But check this out. This is Grumpy Old Man 2, Black Man's Castle. Mad Dog McGraw.
Pigs drive by, grinning at night, shining their lights. When I leave the house, I look both ways twice. Cause it's either another nigga that thinks my pocket's bigger, or a cowardly cop with an itchy trigger finger. And my hood death lingers, every step is calculated. One wrong move, your blood'll be painting the pavement. Good jobs come with a stench of racism. Gotta pull my own leash. More subtle speech, eyes on my rear view, no matter what hood I rode through. Can't wait to get home, kick up my feet with a brew. I wanna slap the workplace snitch, my boss is a bitch. To keep it real, I got bills, so I feel I can't quit. Chicks chuckle cause there isn't 2 G's on my belt buckle, but I got bond stocks instead of serving on the block. So all I ask for when I step through the door is peace and relaxation, nothing less and nothing more. Soon as I leave the house, I got a battle with everything being a black man throws at you. So when I get home, I don't wanna be hassled. Truth is, home is a black man's castle. Soon as I leave the house, I got a battle with everything being a black man throws at you. So when I get home, I don't wanna be hassled. Truth is, home is a black man's castle. Soon as I get home, I head straight to the kitchen. Dinner plate in the oven, the big piece of chicken. Hop in the shower to cleanse and exfoliate. King size raw papers, I'm rolling the whole eighth. Siren serenade the streets. I crack a Labatt's with a shot of Jack and kick up my feet. Street shit don't excite me. Learned a long time ago just how lame niggas look on the block at 30 years old. At least once a week, greet me half naked. No matter if we having issues, be a little affectionate. That's not saying the sisters should be servants. This only applies to the brothers that deserve it. I'm blue collar. Hip hop disrespects the hard-earned dollar, but I remain an OG street scholar. I stay on the grind, never slacking. So the last thing I should hear in the house is some nagging. Soon as I leave the house, I got a battle with everything being a black man throws at you. So when I get home, I don't wanna be hassled. Truth is, home is a black man's castle. Soon as I leave the house, I got a battle with everything being a black man throws at you. So when I get home, I don't wanna be hassled. Truth is, home is a black man's castle.
You say black women, and I quote you as saying nag, 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 and that we are essentially responsible for pushing our men away by doing so.
A lot of times, we take a position because of our own emotional mechanisms. We harass our men too much. We nag our man too much, and we keep his mind and his head so bundled up and bogged down with all of our personal idiosyncrasies about our day-to-day personal relationship with him, that a lot of times we don't free his mind up to go out and to plan sanely for our future and for the future of our children. Many of them come to us every day and they almost have to do a wind test. They don't know what's going on. They don't know who they're going to meet because we have a lot of reactions. We tend to think as black women that a successful relationship and one where we're happy is one where everything goes our way. And the first time it goes another kind of a way, then we go into hell, turmoil in our brain, and we start deciding, oh, I've got terrible problems with this man. He won't do what I want him to do. When our men have a side.
That right there is Mad Dog McGraw, Grumpy Old Men 2. That's a black man's castle. Alright, we coming to the end of the night. We're gonna go into I like this humans, nature versus humans title. He sent 2 songs. But that title just grabbed me instantly. He got one called Rents Due. We know what rents do, but nature versus human. I wanna see what that is. So we're gonna check that out. Before I close out, I'm gonna just go into they asked, and this is Pete. I'm not sure who Pete is. But shout out to Pete for asking this question. He said, I see in the chat they asked and mentioned the Capitol situation. They did not listen. He put question marks. I'm gonna talk about that real quick. Capitol was one of the first labels that was signing an AI artist. it was an individual. They and not only AI in the sense of that they had a graphic designer make this artist, they had another person making the beat, and another person using their voice while they simulated it, right? And I had the privilege of being, I don't want to say a guest A&R. I guess I was a guest A&R for an opinion. And I said, don't do it. Don't do it. I just saw so much, you got to have a moral compass when you're doing these things. Like sometimes people just look at how easy it is, but don't look at how the comfortability and the accessibility interrupts everything. And they was like, nah, we're going to do it. This is going to be big. We could save on the overhead. And they did it. 24 hours, they dropped the deal. Between 24 hours, it was so much headache and flack they were getting. They dropped the deal. It was insane. But I told them, don't do it. So that's what was mentioned. Pete, if you're on right now, if you're still listening and all that. But we're going to close this out for the night. Shout out to everybody that submitted. Much love to y'all. We had an open house tonight where we asked some questions. Next week, though, we are doing the Is It a Smash competition. That's where the viewers vote. And the winner, I'm thinking of doing a distribution situation. You get a distribution deal with SMG. I'm on the fence with it. Someone mentioned it to me today, said it would be a dope thing to do. I'm on the fence, but I do have a Pro Tools. Nonetheless, the winner's gonna get something. We like to give away something. Whether it's an interview, we might spin the wheel and see what it automatically gets on, right? So that's what we're gonna do. But next week, we're having the Is It a Smash competition. Be on the lookout for the post. The post is gonna say what you're gonna win. I'll make sure I decide from there. You know what I'm saying? So let's check this out. This is Nature versus Human. This is X Music. But like always, know your boundaries, push some boundaries, and break some boundaries. Consistency is the key, but proficiency is the doorway. Don't keep doing something that don't make sense, because it won't make sense, and it damn sure won't make sense. Shout out to y'all, man. Much love to everybody. Check us out every Wednesday, 9:30 p.m. Y'all have a good night. This is Nature versus Humans. Where's my mouse at? All right, there we go. Y'all have a good night. Keep creative, y'all. Much love.
I gave my heart in paper bags. They tore it up like it was trash. Smiles are cheap when they come with knives. I've been running circles just to survive, but the wolves don't wonder if they're enough, and the sparrows don't count their love. Beasts don't break, they just breathe. They don't lose sleep over petty dreams. We built these walls, we can't climb. They just live, they don't waste time. I dress my kindness in steel chains. Try to shield it from the rain, but storms don't ask if you're ready or not, and lions don't care what you've got. The rivers don't argue with the tide, and the deer don't wear their pain inside. Beasts don't break, they just breathe. They don't lose sleep over petty
was Spud Brooklyn.